All right, welcome to Taylor Ham Tuesday, and I just made this awesome Taylor Ham tower right here. Look at this thing. This looks awesome here. I got the Taylor Ham stacked high there, lots of cheese, and I can't wait to dig into that sandwich there. But first, I want to share with you what's going on here in the shop. It's been a busy week here for me, and it's been a great week because I got my building here, my shop space, insulated. And I'm going to show you some footage of that here in a minute. I took some time lapse of that. And so I insulated the ceiling in here, and now that's going to enable me to get some heat pumping in here. I got a few projects where I'm going to be painting some things, so it's going to be nice to have the shop space heated. Not to mention, right, I got the Bridgeport here, and I got the mill, the lathe over here, and you got to keep these tools warm, otherwise they just start rusting. I'm always rubbing the oil on them and that kind of thing. And this shop space here is relatively new to me. I've only been setting up this shop here for the past year or so, and so I haven't gotten around to insulating this ceiling here until just recently. I was in an old shop building just down the street here, and I was in this building for about 20 years till the landlord sold the building and I had to move out. And luckily she did sell the building there, and I had to move out, and I found this spot here, and this is a great spot. So now I bought this place. It's on my own property, and what a nice shop space this is, and I am so stoked to be setting this place up. So to have this insulated and to be able to be nice and toasty warm here is a huge perk, and I am so excited to have that going on. So anyway, today I got a few other projects that I want to share with you. My cat is a great little cat. She's only about a year old and a great mouser. She's been running around this property here. And speaking of, wanting to stay warm, I'm going to build her a little house here today that's heated and insulated. And this house is going to live in my garage there, but I have a little heated pad in there. So I'm going to show you a little bit of that. And then I want to show you a few other things here that I got on the docket. And one of those is I like to personalize my tools. If you ever go out on a job and you're working with other people and you got your tools, you see some guys where they're just spray painting their tools down all one color or that type of thing. But I have a technique, and I'm going to show you how I like to distinguish my tools from other guys' tools. So I'll show you a little bit of that. And also, I got a situation going on in my house where I got a squirrel in the attic, right? And there's some mice running around, and the cat is doing a good job of tracking down the mice. But still, I'm going to try this bucket trap. I'm going to show you a little bit of that. And then also this week, I'm going to make a squirrel trap, and I'm going to set that up, and I'm going to show you guys a little footage of that. I actually bought this little webcam right here, and supposedly, this is like 25 bucks or something like that. I haven't even tried it out. It just came in the mail here, and I'm going to set this up and put this on my squirrel trap there and see if I can get some footage. Supposedly this has some night vision, and that could be pretty cool to watch the squirrels there in action. And the type of trap that I'm going to make, it's like a squirrel rocket kind of cone thing where they have to go through a hole but they can't get back out type of thing. So it's not like it kills the squirrel, it's just trapping the squirrel, and then I'll move it over to the neighbor's property. So, all right, let's get busy. I got a few things that I want to show you. But first here, I'm going to dig into this sandwich right here. This just looks so deluxe. Let's see, I grab a bite of this here. Oh, All right, we got a code blue here over here at this guy's machine shop. Apparently this guy is just stuffing down as many Taylor Ham egg and cheese sandwiches as he possibly can. It was bound to happen, All right, we'll see you there.
Oh, it's the worst one. This is a big one. I'm dying. You hear that, Elizabeth? I'm coming to join you, honey. Oh.
All right, I am back, and I only had to spend a couple days at the ER there. I guess I was overdoing it with these Taylor ham, egg and cheese sandwiches here. And so the doctor there said if I cut it down to just a couple Taylor ham, egg and cheese sandwiches a day, that I should be okay there. So I'm just happy to be back and getting this episode of Taylor Ham Tuesday out and ready for you guys and show you guys what I'm doing here in the shop. So I want to cut over to some footage here, and I'm going to show you how I insulated this shop here. So I have some time-lapse footage of that. So let's take a look at that. Alright, to install this insulation here, I first nailed some 1x4 pine boards that I ripped onto the ceiling there, and that enabled me to put the insulation up there without it falling down. And I'm putting an R21 unfaced fiberglass batt insulation in there, and then I am covering this with a WMP VR paper. This is a vapor barrier here. It's craft paper on the back, polypropylene on the front there. And then I'm using this tape right here to seal all the seams and create a nice tight moisture barrier there. I got a lot of stuff to cover there on the ceiling and go over and make sure I got it all wrapped up there, but it's looking pretty good. All right, here's a little tool tip that I want to share with you guys, and it's about identifying your tools. Now, a while back, I did a tool bag tour here of this tool bag, and you can go check that out in the video archives there on YouTube here. And I show you all the tools that are in this tool bag. But what I like to do to these individual tools here is to mark these tools so I can identify them if I'm on a job site. And primarily, this bag right here, you know, I do use these tools in the shop occasionally, but most of the time this bag of tools is out on a job, or maybe I'm working with different people, that kind of thing. And I just want to quick means to identify my tools, you know, quickly there. I can see, oh, those are my linesman's pliers there. They got the green on there. And how I like to do it is I bought a bunch of different heat shrink, and I like the color green. And you can get this heat shrink for relatively cheap. I got this all on Amazon here. And see, right, you can get this real large size heat shrink here. And I got all different size. I don't know what I have here. 1/8 inch, 1/4 inch, half, 3/4, 1.5 inch, right? And I think it's just really cool. Now, it's not like the end all or something, you know, someone could just cut this off or something and say, you know, that screwdriver's mine or something like that. But it is just a quick reference. There's my tool right there. You know, a better way, some guys, you know, stamping their name, engraving their name into the tools. And some of my tools, I do that. But I just wanted to show you this tip because I thought this was pretty cool here. Even like this hammer right here. I'll bring you in, I'll show you closer up. Right, so here's a little closer up, and even like this hammer right here. Now this is great just to identify it, it's mine, right? And I can take a piece of this heat shrink right here, and I don't know, you know, a piece that long right there. Just cut this off with the scissors. And I can slide this right over the handle here. And then I just come in with the heat gun here. Right? Doesn't that look good? It just conforms right to the tool there. And, you know, I like the color green. And I'm sure some guys might look at that and, oh, God, that's gross, you know. But for my purposes here, for going onto the job site and that type of thing, I think this is just a great quick identifier there. And you can get this in so many different colors there. So any of my tools here, right, like a screwdriver here, you know, most all these tools here, I got some heat shrink just to identify. I used to do the green tape here, and then I switched to the green heat shrink, but I got that, you know, just about everything there. Right, like this screwdriver right here, I can just slide this guy right over there and crank up the heat on this. And this heat shrink gets a pretty good grip on it right there. And you can give it a little extra added support there or stickiness. You could paint a little bit of epoxy over the top of this or over one edge just to make sure it never slides off type of thing. But I don't know. I think that's a pretty cool tip there and a nice way to identify your tools. All right, here is a trap that I recently just picked up. Now, I got some mice running around the house, the attic, that type of thing. And I also got some squirrels going on. Jiminy crackers, right? There's all kinds of stuff going on. But I saw this little mouse trap thing. Some guy was showing this on YouTube there, and I thought it looked pretty good. Where you just order this. I guess you can make this little roller thing. And you just buy a 5-gallon bucket here, and you drill a hole in either side, and you put this little roller in here. And then the idea is that you can put some peanut butter right here in the center. And also you got to create like these ramps. So I cut a couple boards, and I'm going to do this project here later this week. And I think I'll do a video midweek and I'll show you guys how I build this, right? But this gets a couple ramps right like this. And then the mice come up the ramp right onto the little log roll here. This is like American Ninja Warrior here for the mice, right? And they're coming out onto this and, you know, trying to get that peanut butter and, whoa, you know, and right into the bottom there. And I guess there's a couple ways you can go about this. They can just fall right into the bucket. You can collect them and go set them free somewhere else. Or I guess, you know, other people are putting water in there. They fall into the water and they die there, right? But you know, I'm going to see if I can trap them here in the bottom and then go let them loose down over at the neighbor's house. I also got some of this hardware cloth here, this wire mesh, and I'm going to make a squirrel trap this week out of this stuff here. And I'm going to make this thing that I saw advertised that's called a squirrel rocket, right? And it's a little cone here. I'll show you the picture here. This little cone here where the squirrel goes in one end and goes inside the trap, but then can't get back out. So that's one of the projects here for this week, and I'll probably combine that there with the bucket mouse trap. And then I'm going to have that little camera. Hopefully that night vision camera works out great. And I'll see if I can get some footage of catching a squirrel and maybe the mice there. All right, now it's time to build this little hut for the cat. And what I want to do is I want to basically build a little 2-foot by 2-foot type of box there that's insulated that I can put this bed in. And I can also put a heating pad in there. And the cat can just go in there, get nice and toasty warm. You know, every time I pull up with the car, you know, the cat's jumping up onto the hood there to get the warmth from the engine there on the hood of the car. So, you know, the cat likes gravitating toward the heat there, and hopefully she'll like this little box, right? Probably end up sleeping on top of the box and never go in there, but I hope not. Hopefully she'll use it here on these cold days, and it sure is getting cold around here. So I'm going to start cutting up some parts for this, and I'll probably do it in a time lapse here, so check it out. All right, she's checking it out already. What do you think? This is going to be your little hut in the garage. All right, so I made this with one side here, and I can remove this panel, and I just got 4 screws here holding this on. Right? Yep, you see your bed there? You stay nice and warm in here. All right, so I got it so I can take this panel off, right? And I can pop this insulation out right here. Get the dust out of here. And I'll stick the bed in right there. And then I got this heating pad to go right in on top of there. And that's what this little slot right here is for. So I can put this just like this. Right, and put this side panel right back on here. Just like that. I know, I could deck out the inside with some cool fabric in there or something soft, and who knows, maybe I will put something nice in there so it's not just pink insulation there for the cat, right? But heck, that looks pretty good there. All right, I'm gonna bring this up and stick this in the garage there and get her all set up. All right. There we go, we got the box here on top of the refrigerator, which is where she likes to hang out here. And I don't know if she'll go in there. Let's see if she'll check it out. Go check it out. What do you think? Yeah. There's a nice little house for you there. You can stay nice and cozy and warm in there. All right, cool. Right on, right on. That's your new hut there. All right, that's it for another edition there of Taylor Ham Tuesday. And be sure to stay tuned. I am starting the restoration on that Champion Blower and Forge number 200 post drill. And I think that's going to be a really cool project. You're going to want to check that out. So I hope you guys are all doing great, and I'll see you all soon. All right, right on.